When I was growing up, I had a number of uncles of mine who were heroes, and two of those uncles were in aviation, one of which was my Uncle Tom. He was born in 1930, graduated from Butler High in '46, and went on to Fordham University in New York, where he got his geophysics degree. And he was in that very, very first big pilot training class that they put together right after the Korean War broke out. They sent him all over the East Coast to do his training, and then he spent his overseas time at Itazuki Air Force Base in Japan flying 94Bs. He was a pilot of them. And then after his overseas assignment, he was assigned to the 438th, which was at that time stationed at Kinross-Kincheloe Air Force Base near Sault Ste. Marie in Michigan. I didn't know my uncle that well. I mean, he was my hero, yes. I was, at that time that he was flying, I was like 10, 11, 12, 13, something like that. He died when I was a sophomore at the University of Dayton in 1963. And so over the years, I've tried to write a biography of him, tried to get a better handle so the rest of my cousins could get to know who he was. And this data plate opportunity gave me a reason to go out and get some biography pulled together, get his dates pulled together. I've got a photo of him and his formal shot in flying cadet school. It's on the website now. And that gave me that opportunity to do that, and it was something I wanted to do as soon as this data plate came open. I've worked here at the museum since early 1998, and I'm still on the volunteer staff here. And having somebody like that I can immediately connect with as I'm walking down the line and say, "Hi, Uncle Tom." But he was like I said, my hero, but there was another part of it. He didn't fly famous missions and shoot down all kinds of MiGs and do all kinds of other stuff. His was patrol duty in the Sea of Japan. Good pilot. I have a reason to believe a good pilot. Dedicated Air Force officer. Went on to work for Republic Aviation after he came out. Worked probably on the F-105 project before he succumbed to cancer. It's just very important to me, and to a certain extent, very important to the memory of the Air Force's mission, not just the guys that got all the wonderful awards and medals, but also the grunt pilots who had to fly the plain old in and out kind of missions that he got flying with the 68th. I'm old enough to remember there was a time in American history where we didn't honor servicemen. It was my generation that wasn't honored. I graduated from UD in 1965, and most of my colleagues went off to Southeast Asia. And when they came back, there was no honor. And I happen to think that that's something that's part of the American tradition, a long-standing multi-generational families that have 5, 6, 7, 8 generations that are in the uniform of the military. They're important memories for the family. I'd say definitely, get the name up there. And if nothing more, that adds it's a word I want to use, it adds to the atmosphere of the museum. It personalizes a lot of the stuff. The average person in the street might go through all of the exhibits and find nothing that memorizes old Uncle Joe, or in my case, Uncle Tom. But there's a plaque out here for Uncle Tom.